this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Cambridge Desmos widgets that are included in selected Cambridge products. You don't need to know how to use a graphing calculator or the Desmos tools before you get started. Instructions are given as when and where you need them. These widgets are the perfect way to learn how to use Desmos, and you'll soon become an expert. You can launch a widget by clicking on the widget icon that's in the margin under the section tab of each relevant unit section. It will launch the widget into a pop-up tile. From here you've got the option to drag it so you can reposition it, or you can full screen it by clicking on this button. The list pane on the left presents instructions on how to make your inputs and what results to look for. The graph area displays the output, the results of the inputs. On the right is a panel for changing zoom settings and graph features, but you don't have to change any of these. There are a few easy actions to make your inputs. Using the sliders to change the value of the input. Or you can select this value and type in your own value using your keyboard. In this widget, a second slider sets the yearly interest rate as a decimal, and the graph shows the account balance with simple interest in black and compound interest in green. This widget shows a dot plot where you can make choices of what to display by clicking on round buttons. These display the mean, median and mode of the data. You can change or add to the data which has been entered as a list by typing new values. There are also undo and redo buttons at the top just over here. Another way you might be asked to interact with the graph is by dragging points. Here you change the plotted line with the mouse and observe the gradient. Questions may accompany a widget on the interactive textbook page or in the widget window as shown here. Write your answers where instructed by your teacher. You can take and save a screenshot of the graph output by using a snipping tool or screenshot application on your device. As well as a plotted graph, outputs may include dynamic labels displaying points on the graph, output values, and general and specific equations of graphs. In this case, the gradient, y-intercept, and the equation of the line are displayed on the graph. Notice how the equation changes as the sliders for the gradient and the y-intercept are changed. Note that dynamic labels and the notes in the list pane have restricted formatting, like some handheld calculators. They can't display italics or superscripts and subscripts. As shown here, dynamic labels showing the actual equation of a graph can't change two minuses to a plus or a plus and a minus to a minus. Next to the sliders you'll see a play button. These animate the sliders and the graph to run through all possible input values. You can't save changes you make to the graph, and if you close the interactive textbook and reopen it, it will reset. However, if you close the Desmos window but stay on the same interactive textbook page and then reopen the Desmos window, it should be in the same state as you left it.